So we are going to start with the basics of Swiss Topo. So when you first open the app, the first thing you will see is the map and your location. So if you have location services on, you'll show up as a blue dot. And this is really helpful when you're on the hiking trail, you can see where you are. So the first thing that we want to do is search for a place. So let's type in Arosa, for example. If you already have tours labeled with this name, they'll go ahead and pop up at the top, but you'll see labeled below there's the search result, so you can go to that place directly on the map. So once we have that typed in, we can go ahead and click the search result, and it will bring us to that place on the map. You'll see the blue information dot, so that's the place where we are, and then you can scroll out and you can see where we are on the map. So then we want to scroll back in to kind of see what is there. So on the map, you'll see there's the roads, buildings, but also the hiking trails. And you'll see like some elevation and stuff like this. So we can change the types of information that we see by clicking on the map layer button you see in the corner, and so then you can see the different types of maps, and they have different ones for different activities. We'll choose hiking, of course, and here I normally use the national map, which is all the way to the left, because I find it the easiest to use and see everything that I need to know. There's the different types of trails you can select, and you can also have additional information. And this information is very useful when you're planning your hike, and also to see the different things that you need to know. So first, the closures and the hiking trail, we'll go through this a bit afterwards, but this is really important because if the hiking trail is closed, you shouldn't go on it, and you need to find a different route. Same with the Livestock Guardian Dog, so this will be highlighted. You'll see on there some more information about it, and you can decide what to do according to the information provided. And usually you want to avoid these areas because the dogs can be quite aggressive when they're watching the livestock, and if you're approaching the livestock, you're going to be perceived as a threat. And lastly, public transport is a very nice feature, and we'll go through this also in a different video. So now we can take a look around, and there's the red trails. These are your classical mountain trails. This is the majority of things that you'll be on. And then additionally, you'll see the yellow ones. These are more your roads and stuff like this. Also, you notice that there's green highlights. The green highlights, these are part of longer predetermined trails. So like Via Alpina, for example. And so these make it easier when you're planning out a long-term route to see which one is the plotted out route. So then you also have your blue trails, which these are your most difficult trails, and they require some extra equipment and preparation. I'll also include a segment about these as well, how to prepare for them. But be mindful when you're planning your hikes, because you don't want to include a blue one if you're not prepared for it. So now let's look at the special features that we had mentioned earlier. So when you take a look around, you notice these little men and this candy cane stripe. If you click on this, you'll get more information. This is the closure we talked about of the trails. So it will tell you more about the duration, the reason, and then you can figure out how to plan around it, or if you need to plan for a different time of year or something like this, if the trail is going to be closed for a long time. So then also there's a yellow highlighted area. This is what we talked about with the alpine pastures. So you can see here the behavioral rules. There's a link that you can click on to find out more information. And it also tells you the time of year that they're present, so that way you can plan around it. You can also see that there's some trails kind of going around that area if you want to try to plan around it, but I would avoid the area close by just to be safe in case you get too close. You don't want to have any problems there.